It was a long time ago, autumn of 1971, just after I turned 15. Danny had just gotten his learner's permit, and his dad, Uncle Lou, was the kind of guy who thought a little freedom was how boys learned to be men. He tossed us the keys to his mud-brown Dodge Dart and said, "Don't wreck it, and don't do anything I wouldn't do," which was code for don't get caught. We were 15, armed with teenage delusions of immortality and a trunk full of purloined Budweisers from Danny's older brother's stash. It was supposed to be the best night of our lives. We planned a joy ride down through the old country roads, past the train tracks and the last gas station, where the street lights gave up and everything beyond felt like it belonged to the dark. Led Zeppelin on the 8-track, windows down, cigarette smoke curling out like ghosts in the October air. We weren't even looking for trouble. We just found it. Danny turned off the paved road laughing, chasing some dumb story about a haunted barn we'd heard from a senior at school. "It's just cornfields and cow pastures," I said, but he wanted to show me something weird he remembered seeing a few summers back, an old grain silo maybe, or a burned-out church. We took one turn too many, then another, and another. Before long the gravel turned to hard-packed dirt, and then to grass so high it brushed the Dart's undercarriage. Danny slowed down, but the wheels caught something slick, and the next thing we knew, we were deep in mud. The front end dipped like a ship taking on water. We laughed at first. 15-year-olds don't know better. We cracked beers and sat on the hood like explorers who'd found a new planet. But then the radio died. Just a burst of static. And nothing. The wind started picking up. Cold. Unseasonable. Wrong. The corn around us, which had stood still moments before, began to sway, not just with the breeze, but in rippling, unnatural waves, like something was moving through it. Fast. Big. We killed the engine, got out, tried to push. That's when we heard the sound, low and guttural, like a growl caught in a machine. Not a dog, not a coyote. Something else. Something big. We froze. Then we saw them. 2 yellow eyes, not glowing, reflecting, like an animal's in headlights. But there were no lights. Just the moon. They blinked. We screamed. Danny dropped his beer and I dropped the tire iron. We ran back to the car, slammed the doors, locked them out of pure habit, though glass and metal wouldn't have done a thing against whatever that was. The thing didn't chase us. It just watched. But then we started hearing voices, not whispers. Voices, calling our names. Harold. Danny. Over and over again. From the corn. From all directions. Voices we knew. Danny's mom, my grandfather, my science teacher. Then ones we didn't know. Wet voices, hoarse and rattling like lungs full of mud. The air got thick, sour, like burnt hair and rot. We rolled up the windows. Then came the scratching. On the side of the car. Then the roof. Not claws, fingernails. Deliberate. Slow. We ducked low, tried to stay quiet, but Danny, God bless him, was shaken so bad he accidentally hit the horn. Everything stopped. No wind, no voices. Just this awful ringing silence. Until the back window cracked, just once, like something had tapped it. I looked out my window and saw something walking between the rows of corn. Just a glimpse. Thin. Too tall. Head cocked at a wrong angle, like it didn't understand what a neck was supposed to do. Then nothing. We spent the whole night there, shivering and shaking, too scared to sleep, too scared to move. The eyes didn't come back, but the voices never really stopped. They just faded, slowly, into the kind of silence that hums in your skull. When dawn finally broke, the fog in the field burned off like breath on glass. We got out, walked down the dirt road, shoes sloshing with mud, socks lost somewhere in the muck. My legs were cut from the corn. Danny's lips were cracked and bloody. A farmer found us on the edge of the road, looking like we'd crawled out of hell. He said, "City boys, huh?" and laughed. Towed the Dart out with his rusted tractor and gave us coffee in chipped mugs. We told him we'd gotten lost on our way to a fishing hole. He didn't believe us, but he didn't press either. We never told our folks, just cleaned up and swore we'd never talk about it again. But we did. Late at night sometimes when we were drunk and couldn't sleep. Danny swore he saw 2 figures in the corn. I swore I saw a third. The weirdest thing? A week later, Danny's dad sold the Dart. Said it was acting funny. Doors wouldn't stay shut. Glove box kept popping open in the night. I still can't eat corn. And every once in a while, usually in late October, I'll be walking somewhere quiet and hear my name, Harold, spoken in a voice I thought I'd forgotten. Sometimes I turn around, and sometimes I wish I hadn't.